Just got out of the Lone Ranger. Yeah. What is this guy doing? No, understand the flow of traffic. You're supposed to go with the arrows. Oh, I'm a loser. I'm just going to park wherever I want to and back in. Yes, I'll let this guy pull out because I'm not a jerk. Oh, that makes sense. It's a woman in a PT Cruiser. Freaking PT losers, I swear. Okay, so here's my problem with the Lone Ranger. It's good. But it could have been so much better than good. Just because a movie has Johnny Depp in it in the lead role doesn't mean it's going to be amazing off top. Just because he's had a couple of successful movies doesn't mean all of them are going to be amazing. Now, the action's good, which is to be expected. It's from Gore Verbinski. He did the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He knows how to make good action. He knows how to direct Johnny Depp. That's kind of where it stops, though. Like, it's 2.5 hours long. It's about a half hour longer than it needed to be. And half the time I was just kind of sitting there going, all right, okay, all right. When's the next bit of action going to happen? It was unnecessarily epic. Now, I understand why they did that. Disney, trying to make another big franchise out of Johnny Depp, wants to make an epic movie for that occasion. It's not that good of an epic. There's also a bit of a feeling that the actors in the movie were starring in 2 completely different movies. The main villain, I would say, played by William Fincher, Butch Cavendish, got a hair lip, and it's always dirty and grimy. He's got that like gold tooth above the hair lip, which makes him look creepy. He's a cannibal. He's crazy. You see it, murdering people, cuts a dude's heart out. Spoiler intended. It's not that good of a spoiler, so I'm sorry. And he eats it in front of people just to show you how hard he is and how crazy he is. That guy shouldn't be in a PG-13 Disney movie. And then you've got Armie Hammer playing the Lone Ranger. This guy is massive. If you've seen him in The Social Network, you know he's a big guy. And he's got talent, which he showed in J. Edgar with Leonardo DiCaprio. Having to act off of him, you gotta show some chops. And so, the way they had William Fincher play this bad guy, and then you have Armie Hammer's Lone Ranger, they just don't mesh together. Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer were playing a goofy buddy cop movie, and then everybody else was playing a crazy western. And it didn't meld very well. Like, that kind of craziness doesn't really go well with Armie Hammer. He's, well, best way to say it is a bit of a bitch. Like, he gets shot with an arrow, another spoiler, sorry, and he screams like a little girl. This guy is supposed to be fighting crime, masked vigilante. I know it's an origin story, but come on. They could have had him be a little bit more manly. He's supposed to be playing a lawyer who gets shot and almost dies and comes back to life as a spirit walker. And he's supposed to fight crime as an outlaw, and we're supposed to watch, and we're watching him become this persona. But man, did they make him into such a pussy. Like, ow, you hit me in the head. Why would you do that? Really? There's no need for that. And then, look, I used to box in law school. that kind of stuff, like, there's no need for it. Sweating like a pig because I can't talk with the mic and have the air on at the same time without it sounding all garbled. There are basically like two major action situations, one at the beginning of the movie and one at the end of the movie. The middle just drags. It takes an hour and a half to set up the final showdown, which, quite frankly, is just meh. Could have been a lot better. Little less CGI. When I know I'm going to be watching a movie that's CGI heavy, I can adjust my expectations to that, and it won't really bother me. Star Trek Into Darkness, perfect example. Story was amazing. I know it's set in space, and we're not out in space. So CGI is gonna be expected for CGI spaceships. But this, dude's riding a horse on the top of a train and does all kinds of stuff. There's no need for as much CGI in this movie as there was. You shouldn't even have CGI in Westerns. The problem with this movie is it is just good. It's not great, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I've seen a lot of bad movies at the theater, but it's just disappointing. It could have been so much better. I honestly don't think there's gonna be another Lone Ranger movie. Yeah, I said it. It wasn't enough to warrant a second movie. Maybe enough people will go and see it and want a second helping of Johnny Depp as Tonto. I won't. So if I had to tell you whether or not to waste your money or not waste your money, I would say stay at home, don't waste your gas, get out of the street, you bum. Gah. Get out of the street. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. Get out of the street. Anyways, if I had to tell you whether or not to see this, I would say save your money. Even if you're a Johnny Depp guy, you're a fanatic, you love everything he's in, I'd say save your money. Wait to see it when it comes out on Blu-ray. It's not wow awe-inspiring stuff. It's not worth repeated viewings. If I had to spend $10.25 on it, I spent $10.25 on this movie. I would tell you to save your money. That's as simple as that. Like, it could have been so much better. And it's not worth forking over the cash for the tickets, popcorn, a drink, maybe you want a hot dog, something like that. That can end up to being $50 on a movie that's just so-so. I'd save your money. I was really underwhelmed by this movie. It was kind of disappointing. Next week, Pacific Rim comes out. And if it's one thing Guillermo del Toro does not do is disappoint. I am thoroughly excited for that. And I wish I was excited for The Lone Ranger. I just wasn't. So, this is Patrick Barker again with the Parallax View. And this is a road review of The Lone Ranger.